Hi beautiful people, what is up and welcome back to my channel and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be doing a first impressions on the brand new Dose of Colors Eternal Love palette. Now this is a collab that Dose of Colors did with a creator called Trevor. I don't know who that is, I'm going to be straight up. I don't know who the creator is and I am not interested in really looking it up. But I will say huge congrats to them for getting this collab. Okay, let me tell you guys how this is gonna go. And sorry, my eyes are super irritated today. Not because of the palette, but I've just been having like a whole irritation thing going on this morning. So it's like very watery. It's just a mess. So I know my energy is a little bit low. Please just bear with me. I just can't see really well out of this eye. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys some product details about the palette. Now this is a part of a larger collection. So I'll just let you guys know what else is out there, give you guys some pricing, some swatches, and then we'll dive into 2 looks, and then I'll come back at the end and give you guys my first impressions thoughts. Okay, so online it says, we are thrilled to announce our latest collaboration with renowned beauty content creator and inclusive influencer Trevor Barrett. This limited edition collection combines Dose of Colors' commitment to high quality functional makeup with Trevor's transformative vision. We share dedication to inclusivity. We have joined forces to create a collection that celebrates individuality and self-expression. The collection introduces a captivating range of must-have essentials that challenge you to express your true self with confidence and creativity. In support of Trevor's mission, 5% of the sales will go to the It Gets Better project, a nonprofit that uplifts and empowers LGBTQ plus individuals. Okay, so like I said, this is a collab with Trevor Barrett. If you are interested, go ahead and check them out. I do believe they are a UK-based creator, which is cool. And Dose of Colors is a brand that has done a really good job at working with creators. They have a collab with Shayla, Nima Tang, so they've always done a really good job at working with minority creators, and I really, really appreciate that. Now, the full collection includes the eyeshadow palette, a dual-ended liquid liner, and a lip gloss. Now, you can purchase the full collection for $112, or you can purchase each piece individually. The palette by itself retails for $52. And let me tell you what you're getting. So it is a limited edition 15-pan eyeshadow palette of Trevor's dreams, designed to inspire creativity. It boasts a range of matte and shimmery neutrals, perfect for creating a flawless base and shaping any look. So there are 9 shimmery and iridescent eyeshadows that effortlessly glide onto eyelids with smooth, silky feel, resulting in mirror-like reflection. And there are 6 functional neutral matte shadows. So of the 9 shimmers, it looks like there are 2 that are labeled as duochromes and 2 that are labeled as iridescent shimmers. And then the others seem to be pretty standard shimmers. So you have 2 duochromes, 2 iridescent shimmers, and what's that, 4, 5, and I guess 5 standard shimmers. And then the rest of the collection, like I said, includes a dual-ended liquid liner. One side's black, one side's white. It's $32, which I think is a bit pricey for an eyeliner. And I say this, and I'm gonna let y'all know I did buy the eyeliner. I didn't use it in any of today's looks, but I did buy it. And there's also a plumping lip gloss for $22, which I feel like that's standard. That eyeliner is expensive though, but I guess you're getting 2 eyeliners. So if you really divide it in half, maybe it's more affordable. But yeah, so those are the products that are in the collection. Today I'm just going to be featuring the Eternal Love eyeshadow palette. So that's the plan. That's what we have on the eyes today. So let's go ahead and dive into 2 eye looks. Okay, let's get it started. Okay, so we are gonna jump right in with the Eternal Love palette from Dose of Colors. This is what it looks like before I've swatched it. She's stunning. Oh my god, wow. Okay. I'm excited. Okay, so first things first, I'm gonna go into this shade here. It's called a Daydream. This is the second lightest matte in the palette. I have a little bit of that on this BH Pro 5, Studio Pro 5 brush, and I'm going to put that into the crease as my transition shade. Okay. She's a little dusty, a little kick-uppy, but it's okay. Now what I'm most excited to see in this palette is what the shimmers are gonna do. If you guys watched one of my previous ranking the last 10 eyeshadow videos, I mentioned the fact that my eyes kind of had a reaction to their 10-year palette, 10-year anniversary palette, and that is very unusual for me. Like, my eyes don't react to makeup. Like, they're not sensitive at all. So I was like, this is weird. So hopefully I don't experience the same irritation with this palette. Okay, so this is a really, really light shade. It's not really doing much, but there you have it. So next up, I'm gonna go to the shade right next to it. It's called Harmonic. This is, you know, a deeper brown, and I'm gonna put that into the crease as well. So, you know, we're just gonna start by building depth here. So this is definitely a better transition shade for me. And I love that this is like a true neutral brown. Not too warm, not too cool, just solid neutral. And I can go back into that lighter shade and use it as a blend out shade for this one. Although this is really nice by itself. Okay, let's get the depth going one over again. This is called Honeymoon. I'm taking that and I'm gonna start by stamping it into the outer part of the eye. Now I'm probably gonna have to go into that darker brown as well, but I just wanted to see how much depth this one would give me. Wait, hold up. It's not bad. Ooh, that's actually really, really rich. I may not need to go into that darker brown. Look at that. I feel like this is showing up way darker on the eyes than it does in the pan, and I am not mad at this at all. Okay, now let's move on to the shimmers. I am very interested in this purple. So I think I'm actually gonna put these two shades on my eyes. I was gonna go in with a brush, but I'm just gonna go in with my finger. So this shade is called Lilac Love. It's pretty. And I'm just gonna start by stamping that into the center of the eyes. I sang this song, I had an old time soul. Baby, we were kissing for the whole ride home. Laying, making wishes, it was all night long. You told me. Then going into the shade right next to it, which is called Heartbeat. Oh, that's pretty. I'm gonna put that right next to it and blend it into that first shade. Now I'm leaving a little bit of this open because I'm gonna go in with a third shade because I am who I am. Okay, and then lastly, I'm gonna go into Aphrodite, and I'm gonna put that into the inner part of the eye. I'm trying to use a brush, but this ain't picking up nothing. Maybe it's the brush? Okay, so let's use my finger because it won't pick up with a brush. The shade is extremely dry. Okay, we're just gonna leave it like this for now. Let me clean things up and finish up the rest of my face, and I'll come back and show you guys the final look. Look in my eyes and deny that you ever felt love's this crazy. Doesn't matter if it's in my bed. Take it to the roof and play pretend. Act like this ain't never gonna end. Remember when we used to have those long talks? Okay guys, this is look number 1. Yeah, I don't know, it's cute. I have thoughts about like the process and the level of effort needed to apply this eyeshadow. But I'll save all my thoughts for like the final first impressions wrap up. But overall, I think this is cute. I will say that. I love the look. I love how it turned out. Really happy about that. But I do have some thoughts on the ease of use when it comes to this palette. But this is a look. I am just wearing, okay, for the rest of my face really quickly, my Givenchy Prisme Libre foundation. I'm literally scraping the sides of this. My Sephora Micro Smooth powder, concealer, my Pat McGrath under eye powder, my Fenty Gloss Bomb, my Dior bronzer, with my House Labs blush, the only one that I have that I forgot to return on time, so now I have to use it, Watermelon Bliss. And that's it. That's his face. Oh, highlight, Pat McGrath, Luna Nude. Was this limited edition? Maybe. Anyways, but this is it. That's his face. All right, let's go ahead and jump into look number 2. Okay, so I accidentally started doing the look before I started filming. Please forgive me. I've only done one shade. I'm going in with Harmonic into the crease, and I did this twice. Y'all, I don't know, I'm off this morning. The coffee hasn't hit my soul yet. I'm just making, like, this is such a weird mistake for me to make, you know? I guess I'm tired, mentally, physically. I don't know what's happening, but doing my best, you guys, doing my best. So, Harmonic in the crease as today's transition shade. And then using my E17 brush from the Morphe line, I'm gonna go into the deep shade. It's called Speechless. Now this is very, very dark. And I'm just gonna use that as my outer corner depth building shade here. Now I will say that these shades, while they are blending well, they're not as easy to blend as some other mattes I've used. Like, they can add a little bit of elbow grease, which I feel like I've worked with such good mattes that this is kind of annoying. Don't say I said that, but okay, let's just keep going. I am running a little low on time, so this may not be the most clean, snatched look that I do, because I just don't have time to sit here and blend all day, and unfortunately these don't blend as easily. They're not bad, like, there's a difference. There are some shadows that are bad and don't blend. These just take a little bit more time, and they kind of just sit where they're placed a little bit longer before they start blending out, versus some other shadows I've used that blend a lot easier. But I will say so far the pigment is here. Okay, so time for the shimmers. I think I'm gonna keep it simple, going in with this green and then this sort of greeny goldish shade. So the first green is called Enigma. Oh, that's pretty. And I'm just picking it up with my finger because from application yesterday, I feel like these don't work very well with a brush, and once you use a brush, there's a lot of fallout. Quite frankly, I probably should have gone down with some glitter glue or, you know, a tacky primer so that this has a little something to stick to. Although I will say this shade is applying a little bit better than the one yesterday, the ones I used yesterday, so that's good. But these are not the easiest shimmers to work with. And this shade is called Pyrite. That's pretty. There's a bit of a duochrome effect to it. And you know the drill. I'm just blending that into the first shade, layering it down with my finger. And I'm gonna go in with a brush to clean it up. Okay, these definitely feel better than the shades from yesterday. These also feel pretty densely packed. Well, you guys know the drill. I'm gonna go ahead, clean this up off camera, finish up the rest of my face, and I'll come back and show you guys the final look. And I'll also give you my final first impressions thoughts. Like, while I do want to continue playing with this palette, I feel like I know how I feel. And there are just other products in my collection that I need to get to. So I'll give you guys my first impressions thoughts, and I will raise this at the end when I do my like ranking the last 10 eyeshadow palettes I tried video.
The nerve to shrug, you said I'm skipping town a couple months. Picked up all your late night calls, took your crumbs, then none at all. Gotta feel disposable, slide down the door, I second guess.
Okay, so you can probably tell this eye is very irritated. It's not the eyeshadow. I don't know what, but y'all, I woke up and this eye was like, not today, sis. And I still, you know, tried to put on a little bit of eyeshadow, but it is very, very irritated. So this has nothing to do with the eyeshadow. Something's just off with this eye today. Let it go. Okay. Let me give you guys my thoughts on this palette after I get a tissue because it looks like I'm crying. Okay, so the Eternal Love palette by Dose of Colors. Again, this is a collab with Trevor. This is not a creator I'm familiar with, so I mean, there's that. Like, I'm not here to talk about the creator. Let's talk about the palette itself. Overall, the color story is pretty interesting. I do like that they gave us the basic browns that you would need to create the mattes, and then it's really, really shimmer heavy. So you have literally all of the browns. That's kind of what I like anyway. Like, give me a nice brown for my crease and then a deepening color, perfection. And then you get a really, really rich black, which I didn't even use in this, but at least you can use it to deepen up all the other pieces to it. Now, they tried to give us, I don't have to call it the multi-chrome or dual chromes, but they tried to give us some chromes in this palette. Weak. They are very weak. They are not the strongest by any means whatsoever. So if you are used to indie multi-chromes and dual chromes, you're not gonna get that from this, and you might actually feel a little bit disappointed by what this palette has to offer. In terms of the mattes, let's start with the mattes. So the mattes, I think that they chose the right colors. I do think that they blend, but I do think it takes a little bit more elbow grease than what I prefer. I have used better mattes. I have much better mattes in my collection. Are they terrible? Are they unworkable? No. But I will say they're not the easiest that I've ever worked with. The shimmers, I feel like I used a different Dose of Colors formula in the past because these feel different, and not necessarily different in a good way. I feel like the shades that I used from the first look were hard to use. One, they didn't pick up on a brush at all, and I was using my reference brushes. I had to go in with my finger, and I feel like they're all pretty hard pressed. I kind of had to dig to get it in, to get my finger in to like use it. It was just a lot of work. And I don't like to work this hard for an eyeshadow look. Like, I feel like I'm well past that. I'm just saying that I have easier palettes in my collection that I can work with. Is the quality on this terrible? No. Like, you can get a really pretty look, but was my experience great? Also, no. Like, I feel like I didn't have the best time or the most fun using this palette. One big pro is that the shadows here did not irritate my eyes. I talked about this in the last Dose of Colors palette I tried, which was the 10-year anniversary palette. That one, my eyes had a bit of a reaction to. Like, it burned a little bit, and I was like, now what we doing here? But this one, no reaction. It didn't burn, and I will say, these settle into the eyes beautifully. These wear so gorgeously on the eyes. They have a very soft, subtle sparkle that's still pretty high shine, but it's not glittery. Like, the particles are very fine, and I appreciate that. And I feel like I like the shadow more the longer I wear it. Like yesterday, the longer I had on the shadow, the more it settled into the lids, and I was like, this is it. I really, really like this. So I do like how it wears, and I do like how it wears over time. I will say that for sure. But like I said, the application experience was not my favorite. The mattes are definitely not my favorite. And the shimmers seem to be somewhat hard pressed and very difficult to pick up with a brush. And you kind of have to go in with your finger. Some shimmers are also more crumbly than others. Like this one, I basically was like trying to dig my brush in. It didn't seem to have a lot of whatever the adhesive is that you use, so it was very crumbly, and in order to get it to like stick, I had to like put it onto my lids with my finger. And I feel like these shimmers would apply best if you have like a glitter glue or tacky something down that it has something to stick to, which is not necessarily how I like to apply my shimmers. I am very simple. I don't like to work too hard. I feel like I have enough hard work in my life that things like this, I want it to be simple. And this palette, I just think for the price, I wasn't impressed. Like, is it a bad palette? Again, I'm gonna be very, very clear. No, the color story is beautiful. I can get very pretty looks out of it. But is it one that, like, roars me to chorus and makes me want to reach for it? Also, no. So, I don't know. We'll see where this one ends up. I'll probably, like, I do want to use it again because there's that really great, beautiful royal blue shade that I did not get to use. And I love a good blue, so I do want to use it again to try that on the lids. But this is not going to be a staple in my collection or one that I am like moved to reach for very often. So there you have it, guys. Now, I have always said that the Dose of Colors formula is a bit underrated. And having used this palette and the last palette, I don't know if I want to say that anymore. Because this feels different than the Dose of Colors palettes that I've used in the past. And I feel like my experience was not great with either one of these. And I just don't think I'm going to be looking out for any more of their palettes. And I know that's like harsh, like to base off of 2 palettes. But quite frankly, there are brands that I prefer more. There are brands that I prefer the experience of using more. So I just feel like, you know what? I tried it. I tried both palettes. I tried 2 palettes from them, both of which were pretty pricey. They were like $50 or more. So I think it's one of the brands that I get to axe off my list as one that I'm no longer interested in. Okay, that's it. So if you guys like today's video, please let me know down in the comments below. Please leave me a comment, a thought around Dose of Colors as a brand. Did you pick up this palette? Are you interested in it? Are you interested in a Dose of Colors formula? Have you had issues with it? Do you see a difference in the old versus the new formula? All of that, because it's just, I'm curious, and this is just a brand that I used to really, really enjoy, and now I feel like I'm no longer really interested in it. So I want to know if it's just me. Anyways, I think that's it today, guys. Again, leave your comment down below, like, subscribe if you haven't already done so, join the fam, and as always, thank you so much for watching. I will catch you in my next one. Bye!